Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Xenogears. In the last episode, we got to the holy city of Nisan after rescuing the holy mother of Nisan, Margie. It was quite a ridiculous trek to get her back to. Let's actually enter the city of peace. Wow, it's been such a long time since I left here. Well, first of all, we should accompany Marguerite up to meet the sisters. Huh? What is it, old man? Goodness gracious me. To think that little Marguerite is finally able to return here. It's so awfully moving. Hey, pull yourself together, old man. Forgive me. How terribly embarrassing. I couldn't help it. I should go back and give instructions to the men left on the ship. Please, young master, go ahead and escort Miss Marguerite up to see the sisters. Excuse me now. Alright. Woohoo! I've got free reign to talk to little kids. Mr. Pirate! Will you let me ride on your ship someday? Maybe when you get a little bit older, kid. Like, a lot older. Being a pirate ain't no fun in games. Actually, it's a lot of fun in games. But I don't want to glorify violence to that little kid quite yet. I'm very sorry, but we're all full. As an apology, please accept this. Special herb tea. Reduced in weight a bit. What, I ate it instantly? Did I, like, say no, and as my mouth was opening to say no, you just chucked it in my mouth and I lost weight? Because that was some fast drinking. But fine. Forcibly shoving tea down my throat, I guess I can accept it. Whee! I like doing that way too much. So you're gonna make a move, eh, Bartholomew? But somehow I don't think that man is just going to stand by and let you do as you please. That man? You mean Citan. Yes. It's all right to try and avenge your father. But don't think things will be that easy. I don't want to hurt anyone. I want you to know that I'm always thinking about that. Do your best. Ganbakkte. What else was there to search here? I know there are some key points of interest here. Yeah. Looks like this place is a little bit nervous on a possible oncoming attack. How is Bleedavik? It's under martial law, so it's gotten progressively harder to contact our agents within the city. According to the info we finally just got, there's no major activity. I think they found some reason to attack and are now getting ready. The possibility exists. However, I've heard Citan's power base in the capital is eroding away. He's probably weaker than we thought. Anyway, it's happened, and we're committed now. I feel the same way. Now that I think about it, 12 years ago. Ever since the coup d'etat by Citan, there's been a lot of tension in our country. With Marguerite back now, I agree that the former dynasty should be returned to power. Everyone's feeling the same, but we must look at reality. Do we have the strength to do that now? I hear that Bartholomew, the one who brought back Marguerite, has started to move around in the open. I'm certain Citan is preparing a large army. Citan may be coming here soon. What's going to happen to us if he captures this area? Will everyone be killed? I seriously doubt that. He won't want to risk provoking that kind of outrage in the citizens. Especially in this situation. He'll definitely want to avoid putting himself in a compromising situation. We should set up a hiding place just in case. Maybe there? Looks like some serious crap is going down. Please don't either of you talk about this in front of Margie. She's only just gotten back from her long captivity. I don't want her to have to worry. I want her to be happy for at least a little bit longer. You should not be overly worried yourself. You just have to think about what's best for the future of this land. What is done is done. You only did what you believed was right. Put the past behind you. Huh? I'm alright. I bet you are. But now that we've done that, I think there's one or two other interesting people to talk to. I just don't remember where they are. So I'm just going to move on. Yeah! I just love it that they all follow your actions. Like, exactly. So you can do ridiculous things. Like, alright. Figure 8. Can I do the Chrono Trigger figure 8? Alright. Okay, enough of that. Look at them! They can't handle it. They're all spazzing out. They're like cats. They just look at wherever you are. I'm hungry. I should have eaten before doing this. Whatever. Let's just keep on going. These are the people who took care of me when I was small. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're safe. Oh, Bart. I'm glad you're well. The people at the hidden port contacted us just before you came into town. We've already contacted the monastery. Please take Margie up there as soon as possible. She'll be so happy. Not to mention the sisters. I must hurry and see the sisters. Let's go. Or you could block my path. Or you could block my path. Yeah, I'll just jump over you, old man. Good thing I have a 6-foot vertical leap, or that would have been hard. Margie! Margie! I'm back, everyone. Oh, Margie. We're so glad you're safe. Yes, it's all thanks to Bart and his men. We just received word. So we were singing the hymn of praise and joy. We're so happy. What a relief. Welcome back, Margie. We had faith that you and your cousin Bart would one day return safely. We and your other friends have been waiting for you. Sister Agnes. Unfortunately, your mother and the Blessed Royal Mother. I know, Sister Agnes. I heard about it at the royal capital. But at least I've made it back. I'll never go anywhere or leave you from now on. I won't make you all worry anymore, ever again. Bless you, my dear. Sister Agnes? This isn't like you at all. Here I am back, safe and sound. Can't you rebuke me, just a little for old time's sake? I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so happy I cannot help but... Sister. There is no reason to be so solemnly quiet. Well, everyone? To celebrate the return of our dear sister Margie, and to express our joy to heaven, let us finish singing our hymn. Thank you, and bless you all. Oh, and sister, may I go upstairs? It's been so long I want to have a look around up there, too. Oh, but of course, dear. Don't even think of holding back from anything. Except for one thing. Never stay away so long again. I knew you'd say that. Now that's the Agnes I know. Margie, I'm so glad. It's been a while since the last time I was here. Something wrong, Margie? Nothing. It's just... I guess I got a little emotional. Anyhow, take it easy for a while. You've put yourself through enough, okay? If you're trying to make me cry, you'll fail. Oh, yes. I'll show Sig and Citan around the cathedral. Follow me. What a strong girl she is. It's obvious that she really just wants to break down and cry. Yeah, you're right. That's just the way she's always been. For all of her talk, she understands her position well. Maybe there's a few things I could learn from her, too. Maybe so, Prince Bartholomew. You can't really talk to the... Oh, you can talk to the nuns. You must have been through so much of the royal capital. That's cool. I was trying to talk to these guys later, and apparently... apparently that nun is like, yeah, I'll break the hem to talk to you. That's pretty cool, but you can't talk to any of the other ones. Certainly not Agnes. She would probably beat the crap out of me. No. I don't think it's a violent sect. They seem quite peaceful. We'll go up to the gallery on the second floor from here. I was hoping to jump on her head so I could get a ride upstairs. No, Slowpoke. That's fine. I'll wait. Yow. I'll wait. Yow. Yow. Alright. If only they let me jump on her head. Or in front of her. That'd be good, too. I could have been up there in 5 seconds. Minimum. Or maximum. How magnificent! If we ever got scolded for our pranks as kids, Bart and I used to hide here. Hey! Stop telling those old stories. It's embarrassing. But to me, Bart hasn't changed all that much since then. What? You mean that you still think I'm a kid? Yeah, pretty much, Barty. Barty Bartson. Of course, Bart actually has real attacks instead of summon rats that do nothing, so... you got that going for you. I like the view from here the best. Yes, this is breathtaking. Light from the outside shining through the stained glass window in front of the cathedral. What a brilliant piece of artistry this is. Did you notice that the two great angels only have one wing each? According to the legend handed down in Nisan, God could have created humans perfectly, but then humans would not have helped each other. So that is what these single-winged angels symbolize. In order to fly, they are dependent on one another. Ah, so that's the reason for it. I see. On further inspection, the left angel looks somewhat masculine, while the right one looks somewhat feminine. Now, that is an unusual feature, is it not? Usually, these depictions are not gender-specific. But these angels are clearly distinguished as having opposing genders. And the space between them is the path from which God advents. Or it could be a path leading to God? Well, I do not know. It could be either, or even both. Oh, now I see. This all coincides with the teachings of Nisan. Why, Dr. Citan Azuki, you are an amusing fellow. Oh, excuse me. It is a habit of mine. The doctor knows a lot about a lot of things. Sometimes I can't even understand what he's talking about. Ha! Forcing them to fly together. It would be less bothersome if they could just fly on their own. Don't you think so, Faye? Bart, you're missing the deeper meaning and the beauty of it. Someday, I wish I could be of help to someone like that. Oh, we haven't visited the room of Sophia yet, have we? You're really supposed to go through some procedures before you can see it. But this time I think it'll be alright if I make a special exception. Sophia? Yes, Sophia. She's the revered founding mother of the Nisan nation. And the founder of the Nisan religion, who set forth its teachings. There's a special room upstairs that has a portrait of Mother Sophia in it. I would definitely like to view that. Faye, let's have a look at it. Damn it! Why does she carry an invisible wall in her? Is that her power? Is her power rats and invisible walls? That's actually a decent power. I guess I shouldn't mock. I guess we'll just walk really slow and really close to each other. Haha. Suicide. No. I would have survived. Minor fall damage. And then time sped up. Really, is that supposed to be symbolic? Why you walk so slow? You want to ascend fast. I'm feeling kind of tongue-tied. I shouldn't be doing this. It's hard for me to pronounce things. I'll muddle through. It'll just be more editing for me. Oh my. What an exquisite portrait. And the beauty of the young lady portrayed is quite beyond comparison, too. What is more, this looks rather familiar. What do you think, Faye? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. The hair is a different color, but the atmosphere or the personality about her is exactly the same. What? Hair color? What do you mean? What do I mean? Look! That's the girl I met in the forest. It's Ellie! I mean, there's just something about her that's just like Ellie. Don't you think so? Yes, now that you mention it, she does resemble Ellie. But that's not what I was talking about. I meant that the brush technique and the overall style of this picture is similar to yours. Really? Does it? First of all, I'm nowhere near as good of an artist. No, it is very similar to your style. But somehow I can sense an atmosphere of sadness in this picture. She is smiling, but in a way, gives the impression that she is anxious. Perhaps the picture is reflecting her inner self? Or perhaps it is the inner feelings of the artist being conveyed. Ah, if you look closely, you'll notice the painting is not completely finished. The artist put his brushes down when it was near completion. Why is that? I don't know. But my grandmother might have known something about it. What if we ask Agnes? She might know something. That does look a crap of a lot like Ellie, but this is anime style. I mean, all the people in Sailor Moon looked essentially alike. Oh well. It's different when the characters mention it, I think. Alright then, I'll be with Sister Agnes. Well, shall we head back to town for now? Yes, alright. But this painting has caught my curiosity. Do you mind if I speak to Sister Agnes before we go back to town? Yeah, okay. We'll stop by our room on the way out. Lichen. Is something wrong, Faye? You look like you were daydreaming. Huh? No, it's nothing. I'm not having schizophrenic episodes or anything. Twist. Hang time. Alright, so Agnes's room should be in the center. Wait, is that it? Yeah, this is it. This is actually the sister that was in, Belitovic. Belitovic, yeah. Somewhere. There must be somewhere. The truth is yet to come out yet. That's not what she said. Oh, that scared me. You're very devoted. Ah, well, sort of. It's just that after sneaking into the capital, I started to think about a lot of things. And I've come to realize the world isn't right the way it is now. Yeah. There's ladders everywhere with books high up on shelves when they could easily be put down lower. That is quite wrong. Yeah. Alright. I understand you were shown Sofatia's portrait. The lady portrayed in the picture is Nisan's great founding mother. Some say that it was painted at least 500 years ago. 500 years ago? Now that is quite amazing. Personally, I find it intriguing. Do you have any historical material on that period? In our hands, there is no records left intact. All records and materials concerning Sophia have been lost. The portrait is the only thing left. We too do not have a lot of knowledge about her. That is too bad. So there's really nothing left at all? For someone who has helped Marguerite, I would have loved to share them. But unfortunately, I'm unable to help here. Oh well, none the matter. Please do not worry about it. I was just inquiring. But it does seem somewhat strange. If such a majestic building such as this survived history, then it is likely that a scroll or two would remain. According to the tradition, Sophia was present about 500 years ago. She sacrificed herself for the people and has been summoned to be with God. That's all I can tell you. I see. So, everything was lost into the darkness of history. Teleport. There we go. I knew he'd teleport. I wonder what kind of person Sophia was. I would have loved to have met her. Too bad. She done died many years ago. Plop. That was kind of cold. Whatever. Such is the circle of life and death. You know, I was thinking, the thing with Xenosaga is that there's little bits of gameplay, and the gameplay I don't like as much as this game. But it has ridiculously long cutscenes, like hilariously long, to the point where there's actually points where they give you save points in the middle of a cutscene, because it's already been 20 minutes. Which is really considerate of them, by the way. They realized that, like, people might have to leave in the middle of their cutscenes. But I'm coming to realize that if the scenes in this game had voice acting, they would be equivalently long. A lot of this game is text. I didn't realize. This is like a slightly interactive book, or I guess a majorly interactive book. A slightly interactive book would be Choose Your Own Adventure books. But, yeah, I didn't realize that the text-to-gameplay ratio was so high. But that's the type of thing that you realize when you're LPing something that you don't necessarily realize when you're actually playing. I didn't realize that there were so many more cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 2 than there was in Kingdom Hearts 1. I mean, it's almost like a 1-to-1 ratio of cutscene to gameplay. That's probably wrong, but it might be right. I could figure it out by figuring out how long I spent on cutscenes in that game and how long I actually spent on playing. I don't think the difference would be that out of whack. But that's an RPG. That is a heavy, story-focused RPG. Is there anything else I can do? Ah. Young Master! The people of Nisan were most generous to allow us to rent this house. There will be no need to seek lodging at the inn for a while. Also, Master Sigurd wishes to have a word regarding your next move, if he may. Alright, where is Sig? The good Master Sigurd is waiting for you inside. Okay, thanks, Mason. I really want to save before I do that, though. But I'll save and I'll be back here. I recorded that other part, like 2 days ago. Now I gotta get my bearings. I like doing that way too much. Or the appropriate amount. I like doing it the appropriate amount. Alright, where's the people with the stuff? You're not it. You're just gonna force feed me tea and I'm gonna lose all my weight. Trying to make me anemic. Evai Praxa! Alright, I should probably not wander around aimlessly looking for the door. Door! That wasn't it. Alright, let me find that stupid door again. Aha! It's you! I shall enter. Enter? Enter. Master Sigurd is waiting for you inside, sir. Whenever I come here, it always calms my heart. Anyway, young master, I want to work out the plans that we're going to have from here. Alright. But before that, there's something I want to ask you. Me? Yeah. Sig, what's up with you and that Gebler officer? What's the connection between you and him? You know. You sure know a lot about Gebler for some reason. Alright, I'll tell you. Me and Citan here. We used to live in Solaris. Solaris? You mean where Gebler's from? That's right. Solaris calls foreigners lambs. They are used as manual labor. Basically, it's slavery. Slavery? Is that where you met him? Yes, it was there. We worked for the Solaris government for a short time. But we learned to dislike their methods, and we escaped the first chance that we had. You were friends with these people? I met you when I was a kid, and we've been together ever since then. So this would have had to have happened before even then. I probably wouldn't have understood this if I had heard this earlier, but why didn't you think I could deal with it now? Surely you could have told me about this. Especially when you had something to do with the people who were backing that Shakan idiot. I wish you had told me sooner. There's nothing I can do about that now. But there's one thing that I want you to believe. We left Solaris on our own will and for our own reasons. Now that they've appeared before us, we can't sit back and do nothing. If need be, I will give my life to stop them. Alright, I understand. But can you elaborate a little more? So now I can ask individual questions. I do believe you have to ask all of them, so I'm not quite sure why they even have you choose. I guess it's to see what you're most interested in. I'm just gonna go in order. Even though I'd probably be most interested in, who is that man? But where is Solaris? What bugs me is this surface dweller thing. It's as if Solaris is in another location. Like up in the clouds or something. Yes, well... The capital of the Solaris Empire is located in the sky above. Solaris is separated from the land by a dimensional distortion known as a gate. Passing between the two requires a special means of transportation, such as an airship. To get to Ava, we stowed away on a regular freight to the surface. I came much later than Sigrid did. But I also escaped the same way. What are lambs? That is a word that the Solarians use to indicate those who live on the Earth. As I said before, such surface dwellers, or Earth dwellers, are used for manual labor up there. Manual labor could be anything from soldiers to administrative jobs. Solaris gathers its workforce from the land dwellers. Jobs are divided by those who are most suitable. Sometimes people are brainwashed. Brainwashed? When you, young master, were still an infant, I was used as a test subject. There was probably something of value inside of me. You too, Doc? No. I was born in the lower city levels. It is not a complete secret. But I guess I am a Solarian. You see, you still need people to run a country. No matter how scientifically advanced you are, you have no support without people. Pure Solarians are rare. They would not even make up a quarter of Avit's total population. So, they support their country by stealing surface dwellers. Kinda messed up. They're basically alien abductors. Who is that man? His name is Karan Ramus. As you know, he's a Gebler commander. Ramses. I'm having a lot of trouble deciding how to pronounce that name. We call him Kar. In Solaris, there was an officer training school called Judgend. He became a commander after leaving there. He was a lower-level citizen, the same as me. However, with his amazing abilities, after graduating, he rose through the ranks at unparalleled speed. That man had one ideal: to achieve the consolidation of all of his colleagues. Even land dwellers, if they had talent, were brought into the army. So you two were picked by Ramus? No, we were not picked by him. We aligned ourselves with him. At the time, we agreed with him. At the time, Ramses was our hope. He had high ideals and wanted to change the system in Solaris. To us test subjects and lower-level citizens, he truly was all that we wished for. A benefactor? Yes. Even I, a test subject, was changed by his ideals. Why did you leave? So why was it that you wanted to flee from Solaris? We were placed in key military positions by Ramos. And thanks to that, we came to know the relationship between Solaris and the surface dwellers. The lambs, right? They weren't just using us lambs for slave labor. They also selected some of us, like me, to be used as subjects in experiments to refine their drugs. Drugs that change people's personality, to make them more aggressive and to draw out their latent abilities. They were using us as human guinea pigs to test their psychological alteration drugs. Human guinea pigs? Experimenting on humans? Yes. For example, Drive. That drug, and all the others like it, are byproducts of human experimentation. However, the role of such experimental subjects was not limited to just that. This drive drug is something that everyone in the Solaris army can use? At least anyone in the Gebler forces who was sent to the surface. You're worried about her, huh? I saw some in her room. No. Anyway, using slaves as guinea pigs. How low are these guys? Damn. I understand. I think I've gotten most of it. Old Mason. Go reserve a hall for us. We're finished talking here. I'm going outside to get some air. I should have been honest with him sooner. It's best not to worry about it. You did all you could at the time. The young one will understand. I'm sure that the young master never dreamt of such a tale. I guess you knew already. Well, now that you ask, yes, I did. However, when Sigrid was telling his story, I thought it was best to stay quiet. Please, try to help the young master come to terms with all that he's just heard. I like old Mason. He reminds me of Alfred. Or are you, Barty? By the way, this episode is going to be entirely text, and I apologize, but exposition theater. This game is just a novel with pictures. Talk? There we go. I had no idea that Sig had such a past. Are you still suspicious of Sigrid? Well, I mean, it was all just so sudden. I kind of expected to hear something different, like that they were childhood rivals or something. But that's nothing compared to the story that he just told us, is it? So hearing his story has confused you because it was not so simple. There was a time when he was cooperating with one of the Gebler's generals. Furthermore, behind Gebler is a country that you've never even heard of. Hey, what are you picking on me for? No, I'm not picking on you or blaming anything on you. What I'm saying here is this. If you think about how he feels, then you should see how he could not talk to you about this until now. Looking at the activities of Solaris towards other countries up until now, it has never gone beyond simply maintaining their own empire, or self-preservation. As you have seen, their military has immense power, so Sigrid is probably thinking ahead. First, he was probably concentrating on taking care of the problems here in the continent of Ignis. Once things were settled down here, it would have given him a stronger foundation to deal with Solaris later. Which is a much better plan than rushing straight into war that he could not win. Quite logical, really. Sounds like you understand one another pretty well. Well, it's not like we're newly acquainted, is it? We had talked about a lot of things up until the time that we decided to escape Solaris. Speaking of that, why did you leave? That Ramsus guy was supposed to be a star of hope or something, wasn't he? Yes, I certainly thought so at first. But then I realized his way of thinking was not really that much of a change from the previous system. Basically, the only difference was whether people stressed rank and class or their skill. The words had changed, but it was still no different from the Solaris itself that I had been dealing with until then. He had no intention of bringing anyone to a better way of life. In other words, he's an elitist. I don't think I like him much either. So, Citan, do you think I can beat Gebler? Why? Are you planning on fighting them? As long as they're working with Shakan, there's no other way around it. The way things are going, I'm sure we'll have to fight them sooner or later. I suppose so, but even if we're able to defeat the Gebler forces here, there is still Solaris to deal with. If we are not careful, it is possible that we'll be involved in a war longer than that with Shakan. Do you not believe that continuing the way we have is going to be hard on everyone? I think that it is time that we try to get help from a greater number of people. So defeating Shakan's not going to get rid of the likes of Gebler. I know what you're trying to say. To vanquish Gebler, you must first gain thy throne, right? You could put it that way. What do you mean, you could put it that way? But then again, maybe it is the time that I did something about it. Whew. Thing is, I happen to know that there's another scene after this where they discuss a plan, but I think I need to end it. A lot of information. You find out who Dr. Izuki or Hyuga actually is. You find out that him and Sigrid have known each other for a very long time. I mean, they actually may have pretty much grown up to each other. You find out that Sigrid was a test subject for drugs, for God's sakes. It's a shame that he doesn't join your party. You gotta think he's kind of a badass. And you find out that, Ramsu? I wanna see, like, Ramses, like Ramses III. But it's like, That's what I get. That's what I get for backlogging this far. No one in the comics can actually tell me how to pronounce names because it's gonna be too damn late. Hopefully it won't be too annoying. I know some people get annoyed if you, like, mispronounce things, but if that's the case, you probably stopped watching. So, next episode, we're going to formulate a plan. It's time for action. We can't let Gebler and freaking Shakan take over anymore. We gotta take back the kingdom, man. We gotta take back the kingdom. And I guess Faye's just along for the ride until he figures out exactly what he wants to do with his life, but that's alright. I am CrossKnights. Next episode, there's actually going to be some fighting, so that'll be nice. Unlike massive text literary club theater is what's going on right now. Alright, see you then.